so bloody hot.
Matt's still suffering.
I can't do this. If you live in the UK, you'll know. You'll just know. It's really hot at the moment. I just can't cope. I've got a towel to dry up my sweat and my tears. Oh dear. Anyways, enough of that soppy stuff. Hello. Welcome back to Me Time, episode 20. My goodness. It just feels surreal still how far we've come. Like so many episodes, and now we've passed the teens and we're into the 20s, and we're starting our brand new agenda today.
Yeah.
I did definitely make sure to say that in the previous episode, it wasn't just video games we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about games in general and some board games. And today, as you will see from the title of the episode, we'll be starting with our all-time favourite game, and it is a video game. Yeah. We'll be talking about Halo Reach, a very fantastic game of a once really iconic and famously good series as well. I'm going to get to that.
It's just nostalgic.
It is so nostalgic.
I mean, you just keep going back to it. It's like, yes.
This game in particular, I'm going to keep holding it up. It's great. I tell you what, I'm going to start the episode by just saying, like, why do we not get these anymore? Like, the instruction manuals.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Well, yeah.
Like, Xbox, what was one of my favourite things to do with a PS2 game or an Xbox 360 game? I would open this stuff and I would want to learn about the game before I play it.
We even get the law inside.
So, like, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
for this example, look at this. It gives you all of the armor abilities as well. This was amazing. This page here, it just tells you all the species of the enemies that you'll be fighting as well. Does it give you... I can't remember. Does it give you any, like... Yeah, it tells you all about matchmaking. Does it tell you about the story? I'm sure it does. Yeah, look at that. It gives you all the list of all of the weapons. The concept art of the weapons as well. I don't think it does give you a rundown of the... No, it doesn't. It doesn't give you... It doesn't tell you about the campaign.
Yeah.
No, it only tells you about, like, all of the... Yeah. All of the stuff to expect otherwise. All digital. Bring back instruction manuals. They're the shit. They were so good. Oh, that's pointless. You're wasting paper on something that no one's going to read. I beg to differ. I'll read it. I love that shit. It's just world building.
Yeah.
Love, care in a game, which we'll get into now. Like, how old were you when you first started playing Halo Reach, mate?
Ooh, I actually don't know. Now you say that.
Ooh. Gosh, that is a question.
That is a question. When was 360 around? I don't know.
We'll be right back. No.
Yeah.
Now, 360 has been around a very long time. I remember the first time that I played an Xbox 360 was back in year 4. So I would have been 9 years old. I would have been 9 years old playing my first game. It wasn't Halo Reach that I played first. The first Halo game that I ever played was Halo 3. And then from there, obviously, I was hooked on the series. I went back and I played the rest. I played the campaigns of the Halos around other people's houses because I didn't have an Xbox at the time. Then I got an Xbox 360 and then I played Halo 3 and I went back and I played Halo 2 and Halo 1 because I wanted to play the whole trilogy. And then boom, Halo Reach was announced. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a brand new entry to the series and I'm going to play it at the same time as everyone. And that was 2010. 2010 was when Halo Reach came out.
Okay.
So I was 11 years old when I played Halo Reach the first time.
I still don't know it's maths.
You still don't know if you play. Did you play it when it came out? Or?
I don't think I played. I didn't play it when it came out because I'm pretty sure I got it second hand or something.
Really?
I bought it pocket money. I was 100% sure. I bought it pocket money. It's like doing chores or sort of stuff.
Oh, really?
It was the first sort of game I had, I think.
Oh, that's got some value to it.
Yeah.
That's like saving up all your pennies and buying your first Freddo or something like that.
Yeah, because I got the 360 for Christmas. Remember that?
Oh, that's cushy. I like that.
I can't remember the game. I think it was Mario Kart maybe or something. There was like a game that he was given for free.
Mario Kart would be on the Wii.
Oh no, it was Forza. Sorry. So Forza came with it, and I saved up for Reach, and that came through.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
It's up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I do. Yeah, mine came with Forza Motorsport as well.
Yeah, and then I bought Reach with pocket money.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember back in my day, video games cost less than £30. It really was. It was cheap, from what I remember.
It was
It-
easy to access.
It might have been because I didn't buy it. I didn't buy Halo Reach. It was a Christmas gift for me because it came out like in autumn. It was definitely autumn. It came out, and then I got it for Christmas because I didn't have access to the internet because I was young and still. I was 11 years old. I had limited internet access, like you do, screen time and all that stuff. Finish your homework first.
Yeah.
I was so engrossed in my Nintendo games. I was so in love with like the Mario Kart stuff, the Super Mario stuff, Sonic, Transformers as well. And when it came to the Xbox 360, my time was limited on that because I was playing games that was higher than my age. Halo 3 was the game that came with my Xbox 360 and Forza Motorsport.
Okay.
What else came with it as well? Oh, that's it. Lego Batman and a game called Pure, which was a quad biking stunt game.
Yeah.
And it was a fun game, to be fair. And Lego Batman and Lego games were fun. I adored. Yeah, Lego Star Wars was great. Lego Indiana Jones was my favourite.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. It was just so funny, so addictive. But yeah, Halo Reach came along.
I think Reach stood out really because like most of our social groups came from Reach.
Oh, it did. It really, really did.
We built up most of my social group, most of your social group, our social group came from Reach. We were just doing Forge Road most of the time. So most of us were like playing around on Forge Road for like 12 to like half 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, just building bases.
Yeah. And I never really had Xbox Live, which is now essentially it is really easy to play games online and interact with other people. But back when Elliott and I were of a certain age, and I guarantee a lot of people that you are listening or watching to this as well that are a similar age to us two, be the same. You'd have to buy online access, and this still is like parental filters for children as well, but it's not as like strict as it was. For me, I remember my dad was, rightly so, he was worried for my internet access and he just didn't want me to be on all of these because Call of Duty was out and loads of people wanted me to play Call of Duty. I got Black Ops and I played the campaign, but I didn't get involved on online matchmaking because I just wasn't into the really fast-paced section of it yet. I wasn't into the competitiveness. I hated being competitive. And I just wanted to play the story. I was just so absorbed in the story. I was just focused on that. So I never really thought twice about getting Xbox Live and interacting with my mates until I kept on going round their house to play the game. And they said, oh, just add me on Xbox. We can play when you get home. And I was just like, So yeah, that was the start of that, and that was Halo Reach. That was when I had Halo Reach. I played the campaign, which I really want to get into, so many times that I got to secondary school. I was in secondary school. It was like towards the end of year 7 and the start of year 8. People were asking me, "Oh, what rank are you on Halo Reach? Do you want to play?" Some matchmaking or Forge sometime. Do you want to play some other campaign together? And I was just like, oh, I'd really, really like to.
It was so funny. I know those conversations are about. But I know for a fact that like most of my time I was like, going, "Where's the armor? Where can I find the cool armor?"
That's
so like, how can I customize this?
That was all. The customization was out of this world, and it's purely because it was a sense of achievement of unlocking this armor that you know is exclusive to this level, and on top of that, you don't automatically get it. You have to buy it with experience points or credits in Halo Reach. You have to buy it with the points that you get from playing well on matchmaking and campaign and Forge as well. Everything that you did in this game gave you progress points. And with those progress points, that you'd use them to buy these cosmetics to customize your Spartan and make them look better.
Not actual money.
Yeah, not actual money,
Yeah.
which was in a later game. It was in Halo 5.
It was in the car eventually, which is like, have to.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
When I found out that when Halo 5 came along, and I realised it was all loot boxes and loot crates, and you can buy your favourite armour, it just sucked the soul out of it. It's just that I've got no sense of achievement and no drive to play matchmaking to want to be able to improve my gear and improve my Spartan and make myself look the way I want to be.
Yeah.
What's the point if I can just buy all of it in one go? All it shows you is that you've got a lot of money, or you've wasted lots of money on this game.
I think that's probably what made the campaign so replayable, because like you would do the campaign easy first, because like to go through the story, go through the story.
I played it on normal first.
Well, I think it's easy on the medium. I think it's medium. But anyway, you kind of play the campaign through an easier mode first to kind of understand the story, and then you get all your experience points. You get build this armor and build your Spartan for like the forge rollers and the beat matches,
matchmaking,
and then but then you play it again because you'd realise there's a cooler armor you can unlock. And it's like, I want to get this armor. So
it's fantastic, and they didn't do much about it in Halo Reach per se. But I remember Halo 3 was you unlocked armor by doing certain things. Like if you completed the campaign on Legendary, you'd unlock the EOD armor. If you found all of the secret skulls, like an Easter egg hunt in the campaign, you'd unlock the Hayabusa armor as well. I remember I did the anniversary DLC challenge where there were skulls that you had to find on the matchmaking maps that you had to also look through Forge and online games and find these skulls. And I unlocked the security armor and the katana to go back. And it's just like, that's fantastic. It was, I really, really did try to find it. It was very hard in Halo 3 to unlock certain armor. Than Halo Reach. I'm not saying that it was any easier. There was so much more. It wasn't just helmet, chest plate, and shoulders. It was wrist, complete prosthetic limbs as well. It was shoes, it was boots, it was knee pads, utility packs as well. You also had armor effects and visor color. And at the time, it was just almost unprecedented that you had this much control over your Spartan's appearance. It was just...
There's a lot of detail for what it was. Like all the sort of different details that you could add, all that stuff. Was a ton of detail for what that game could have been.
Yeah. It was so good for its time, and they were very fair with the way that you started as well. It wasn't just like you look like this Spartan, you don't have any other control of that. You had like affordable armor that you could buy as soon as you go from recruit to private, and to the corporals as well and the sergeants. There were armor that you could buy easily and just put a whack on your Spartan. It shows that you had control over your appearance and you didn't want to stray you did want to stray from the default, and you had identity with the color of the armor as well, and how you play. You're very, very unique to everyone else online.
Well, yeah, every armor, I think, like every armor you'd see to everyone you'd socialise with was all different for everyone's different sort of takes on how they wanted to look, sort of thing. Because I think there isn't armor you're given is like quite bland.
Yeah,
I think they do it on purpose. Like you want to get better armor, we know you do.
Yeah.
And then as you level up, everyone's armor gets more sort of flamboyant. It's like that's cool.
and it wasn't a testament to who a person was. It was identity online as well. Like, how do you want to play the game? Do you want to be like a really bulky, armored, and fierce? It tells a story about your character. For me, I wanted to be slick. I thought like the bigger the armor and the more weapons I have, the better. It shows I'm really strong. But then I realised as I played matchmaking the campaign, and I was struggling to get where I needed to, I was like, okay, now I need to be more methodical and take my time with the way this. I need to be tactful. I was ducking. I was running through the battlefield trying to find better weapons. I was hiding and using the firepower of my teammates to support me as well. I viewed myself as a little bit more of a sprinter, like a Black Ops sort of like, not Black Ops, just like, I don't know, what's the term? Like you're running through the field and you're just ducking and covering.
High speed.
I'll tell you what that is. It's fucking recon.
Yeah.
It's recon because I was always trying to find these things and find information, and with it, just basically just like diving into battle, just trying to save the day. So I viewed myself as much more of a slick figure. I had more technical armor, and it was just like muscle contoured as well, and more gunmetal and metallic to like blend in with this sci-fi super future that I did as a kid seek recon massively, and there were exclusive like codes for recon that were sent out for like members of Bungie, that, and like if you bought the legendary edition of Halo Reach, you unlocked this code. And there was this guy online that was selling these codes on eBay. You alright?
Yeah.
Are you trying to turn your phone
Yeah.
on? Don't worry, I'll edit this bit.
Yeah. No, it's Joe's one. Great one.
Okay. Where was I going with this? That's it, yeah. And he was selling, and it was reliable. It was on eBay, and parent approved, got this code, and I did. I got the recon with the head attachment, and this was something that I just unlocked by getting the code, which was I was just like, oh, okay, so technically I did buy that, but I bought it with the intention of like finishing this armor set, because recon, I couldn't unlock recon until like Colonel, which was like leagues above my skill at that time. And it's just quite funny because I just ranted earlier, just like, oh, people shouldn't be paying for these pieces of armor. Oh, they need to be working for it. That's okay. Yeah, call me a hypocrite for that. But that was the only piece of armor that I ever purchased, and that was because recon meant so much to me. Getting it given to me in Halo 3, I was just like, oh, this is lovely. And then having the ability to say just like, this is my identity, I want to be recon, it gave me the presence that I wanted to have. And the rest of the armor, I was just like, fair play, I've got to work for this. I'm not going to buy my way through this game. I've got to earn the rest. I've got to. That's the story behind my story of changing my Spartan's appearance.
I mean, the shop itself wasn't like, there wasn't really much of the shop. Like most of the armor you were earning was work together sort of thing. Like, the shop was very small, like one item a month that was change over. I think. Like there was like you were kind of directed to sort of play the game rather than buy stuff.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get as much these days. More like, you could buy this to look like this. It's like, nah, I want to do this, so I can do this.
It's basically it is just like, buy these coins to spend in this game. No, just play the game. How about that? You know?
Yeah, I remember when I was building my sort of Spartan, like, because George in the campaign had a sort of impact on me as I mean, big and bulky like George sort of thing. Although
I like that.
I think my colour change was slightly, so it was built in Fast of George, and then I had sort of the highlights of like the Iron Man sort of armour. So I think I was using like grey and red as like my highlights for the armour. I was like, that's cool.
I like that we can share experiences of our mentality behind armour. It's literally because it shows how important cosmetics is to a video game player. It's status. You've earned the right to be this way because of your personal story through the game itself. you've formed your own narrative, and of course Elliott was creating his armor because he idolized and really respected a character in the campaign, so he wanted to be a similar character. I identified the way that I played and believed that I should try and form my Spartan to be as close to a recon as I possibly could manage. And even today, with the rank that I am, and because the original Halo Reach servers are shut down now, which is really sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they shut down a couple of years ago now.
Oh, damn.
It's not nice. We got the Master Chief collection now, where Halo Reach is available to play through, which is okay, but it's not the same. But I mean, yeah, it just even now, the Spartan I look back on when I load up the game and look, and I wouldn't change a damn thing. I wouldn't change a damn thing about the way that I got here and the way that I presented my character. There's no way that my identity would be different, and it's really, really cool. But let's talk a little bit more about the specifics of the game, because every game to an extent has cosmetics. But what made it specific and important to us because of Halo Reach? Why Halo Reach? Why not Halo 3 or Halo 2 or any other game? And I think a big factor in that was the campaign.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I don't know if you want to start, because I've got a lot to say about the campaign, mate. Because that was the first thing I did when I played the game. It wasn't matchmaking, it wasn't Forge, it wasn't theatre, it wasn't Halo Waypoint, all of that stuff. It was the campaign, over and over and over.
It was kind of our first. I would probably say it was my first sort of real game where, like, not so much your choices, but you kind of see someone's choices, consequences, sort of in real time.
Yeah.
Like you see the characters' choices and how that affects the game in real time.
Yeah.
And it's I would sort of say Reach is that transition game before you go and play into Black Ops. Like, you're just young enough to sort of, you're not quite at Black Ops age yet, but you're in that transition stage before you go into Black Ops. So it's kind of that first sort of time where you're there going, oh wow, that guy died. That's a lot. But like, you feel it. Like, even though I think because the characters, they kind of imprint on you pretty early in the game, like when they first introduced, like you ran into oh my god, from
Noble Team.
Yeah, what's the name of the helicopter? I forgot the name of it.
It's the Falcon.
Falcon, yeah. So you ran into this Falcon, you meet Noble Team, and you're sat in front of George, big old arm with, like, you're sat in front of OK, and you see Emil. Left side, you sharp his knife, just looking at you going, what? Yeah. I think because they're all quite unique as well. Like, every character in that campaign,
they serve the purpose, their own personality trait.
They all have their personality traits, but all their armor is different. All their armor kind of highlights who they are as people.
Yeah,
this is great.
Which is, I'll jump on there and say, what I was used to for a couple of years was seeing the Spartans as the really big indestructible machines that the Master Chief was. Because the only Spartan that you ever played as in the franchise up till that point was him. And he never took his mask off. He never showed his face. It was implied he was human, but for all we knew, underneath the mask, it was just a really stoic, indestructible man that was just like, rah, rah, rah. And he was just someone that always got the job done. And he represented the plot armor that the players had. They were always going to come in and save the day. No matter how many times their character died, Master Chief died to the enemies, they'd respawn and they'd try again and they'd get to the end point. And from the first moment that you start the campaign, from the first cutscene, you flash images of Reach as itself, and it shows your helmet that you chose for your Spartan. Your helmet.
Yeah.
Cracked on the ground in a desolate carnage with no enemies around, no life around, without the rest of your body, to imply that, oh look, your character's going to die.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm barely 30 seconds into the campaign and my character's dead. I'm like,
what did I do?
What? And then it flashes back. It flashes to your character holding the helmet in perfect condition. Put it on, and you realize, oh my gosh, I get to play as myself.
Yeah,
that's really cool. And then you jump in and meet Noble Team. You meet Carter, Kat, Yin, Emil, and George.
Mm-hmm.
You meet all of them, and the only one that doesn't take their helmet off is Emil, but the rest of them do. I'm like, they're fucking human.
Yeah.
Like there they are. They're not these machine Spartans. They're human.
Mm-hmm.
You get identity behind them. I'm not saying people don't care for Master Chief. People have grown very fond of the character, and if anything were to happen to him, everyone would riot. But these characters had a face. They had feelings. They had name. They had presence. Like Carter was the leader. He was a very stoic man. Kat was the really calculated, tactful, talkative member of the team.
Yeah.
Emil was the one with the edge. You got it from his impression with the skull that had carved onto his mask that he was the wild card, Mr. Weapons. He was just really just like, oh yeah, you don't want to mess with this guy. Yin was very sophisticated, very formal, very precise. Of course, we found out he was the sniper and the hunter of the team, and George was the big friendly giant.
Yeah.
He was the big guy with all the big armor, and you think, oh, he's a scary guy, but he's the one that warms up to you the most first.
Yeah.
He's just like really friendly. He's like, don't take notice of the rest of my team. You're really cool. You're fine. It's good. And he's got a big ass weapon. He's got a big turret. Yeah. But he's just a BFG. You don't want to mess with the BFG. So you just grow to love this team from the first campaign mission that you're in. And it sets up the rest of the game. The first mission is just like, hey, yo, you're a team of Spartans. The Covenant, the enemies that you're used to, are attacking Reach. So you got to fight them back. That was the premise. And I was just like, this is really cool. But the one glaring thing in my head throughout all of that introduction to them was, I'm still going to die. I'm like, I know my character's going to die. What's going to happen to these guys? Yeah. I mean, come on. Halo Reach is a 15-year-old game. You clicked on this, most likely because you share an interest in the game. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't played Halo Reach's campaign, first of all, stop this recording, stop this video, come back to us whenever you finish the campaign, because, come on, let's be real, why haven't you played it? Because I'm about to spoil the shit out of it. 3, 2, 1. Oh good, you're back. They all fucking die. Every single one of them die a painful, excruciating death. I swear to God, if someone misclicked and just like, no spoilers. I've just spoiled the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, your favourite character died first, mate. How did you take that?
Yeah, that was tough. I think because he warms up to you first. They're going, oh, and then you sort of going, oh, there's too many of them. The only way I can give you time is by using my big gun. And they're going, oh shit, no.
I think for me it was like you spent half the campaign fighting against an enemy where you think they had limited numbers.
Yeah.
And you were getting somewhere. You were very tactful. You were being just like undercover with Yin, and all of this other stuff like that. Oh look, those are their power stations that they're using to like create a shield and beacons for the incoming Covenant fleet as well. They've got massive ships in outer space that are going to glass and just nuke the planet. We've got to stop them. So you end up fighting back and against all odds, Noble Team survive, shoot off into outer space, go into the mothership that you think is going to be like the one to destroy Reach, and you realise that the bomb that you planted has snapped. There's been a failure, and George has to do it. That was such a scene to me. I was just like, what's going to happen? George turns around and goes, well, we got good news and bad news.
Yeah.
He goes, what was it? He starts with, like, I've got good news and bad news. Like, okay, so the bomb's here and it's fried a little bit. So, I mean, we're going to have to find a way to get off of this joint without, like, getting back up.
Yeah.
And that's when your main character, Noble Six, turns around and goes, okay, cool, what's the bad news? He said, that was the good news, mate. I'm like, well, he goes, bad news is we're out of time. I have to set this off manually. There's no time for automatic. And he just picks you up and says, like, remember me as a hero. Saving the planet I love. Throws you into the vacuum of space. And you're drifting back as the ship blows up. And above the ship, a insanely massive state of reinforcements of the enemies. Like, you get 10 times as many motherships appear above you in the sky. It's like, oh gosh, that was all for nothing.
Yeah.
All of this, half of this campaign, to get to this moment where we thought we were going to save Reach, was for absolutely nothing. And I just felt so lost the first time I played it. I was just like, but the good guys always win. Every time that I've played a video game, the good guys always win.
Yeah.
We're losing.
Yeah.
Why are we losing? Again, I still knew, like, my character's going to die. Like, then it dawned on me, like, oh, shit. Shit. The rest of my team are going to die, aren't they? It's showing you that even the immortal Spartan Master Chief, throughout the entire trilogy, he's not invincible. Because these guys, these Spartans, so many of them, going up against impossible odds, sometimes they even fail, which I see as a real testament to loss and the importance of representing loss in games of conflict, war, because it's a very, very real human thing. A lot of people die in conflict that you're never going to win, you know?
I think it's clever with Reach in the fact that, like, they especially make it about loss, but in the same breath, they make sure to give the characters a lot of foundation first.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have to get to know them.
Yeah, like you know they're not real, but for whatever reason, your brain's tricked you again. Oh shit, this feels real.
Yeah.
Like the impact is still the same when George goes or Kate goes or Cat, sorry, and or
had to be that nerd.
Yeah. Or like Emil goes. You know, when Emil goes, they go, oh my god.
Emil went out.
Emil
went out like a badass.
I mean,
already.
I
was like, oh my gosh.
Who didn't expect him not to do that?
Yeah.
Like could the cookery on his breastplate again. Yeah, he's gonna do that in style.
But I remember, they went out very similar to their roles on the team. In a sense of irony, wasn't it? Like, was it George went out? He went out for the place that he loved. It was so apparent the whole time he cared so much for Reach, the planet that he was almost raised on. Because that was the Reach was the base of operations for creating Spartans. And he was there and he owed a lot of time for that place and love. So he died thinking he was saving his home. Obviously, it was all for naught. And then Kat, being the tactician, she was so focused on the safety and priority of her team, she dropped her guard. She dropped her shields. And that was the end of her. She didn't see the enemies coming because she was just so focused on prioritizing her team's safety. Carter was the leader, and he died sacrificing himself to get his team further to the checkpoint. And Emil was the wild card, and of course he went down, guns blazing. He went down like a hero. The only one that didn't die on the team was Yin. Yeah. Yin had to get Dr. Halsey, the creator of the Spartans and artificial intelligence. They got Dr. Halsey off of Halo Reach. Halo Reach. They got her off Halo Reach. They got her off the planet Reach. So Yin technically lived, but he left Noble Team. Yeah. Which was really, really sad. So he was fine. But the one thing about it that was so sad the whole time, it was just casualties of war. It was going up against an enemy doesn't mean that you'll always win. And it was so sadly tragic to me that these characters that you grew to love in the future with all these hyper super soldiers, they were still human. They still had emotions. They were still scared of death. And they died fighting in a world that was, they were in a story they were never ever meant to win, which was really sad.
It's sort of weird they didn't win in such a way. Like they did win the fact they got Halsey off the planet. That was their objective. They didn't win the fact they all, the majority lost their lives. Sort of like they got their objective, but at a massive cost.
A massive cost, which is, I also think it was a really cool thing that Halo Reach taught gamers, especially a really young 11 to 12-year-old man. And obviously for many years I played the game. It taught me about loss. I was very fortunate in my life, in my youth, that I didn't experience the passing of many family members. I'm not saying like, oh, video games taught me about it, because of course I have now experienced loss in my family, very devastating losses. But to teach a minor introduction to a lesson that people that you care about in this harsh reality, even in this escapism of video games, in this immersion into this hyper soldier future, people do lose their lives. People that you think deserve to live, that are good people, they will die. I also remembered that there was a mission where just after George sacrificed himself, you end up getting back to Reach, and you're back and you're trying to evacuate humans out of this big facility, because the reinforcement for the Covenant have arrived. You've got loads of brutes fighting in the city, and you get loads of these humans to this evacuation ship, and then you yourself get an evacuation vehicle to get to the rest of your team to reunite with Carter. And as you're taking off, this evacuation shuttle takes off, and the Covenant blast it to hell. And implied that all of these human evacuees also lost their lives. And I was just like, again, I just fought for this entire mission to get from point A to point B with the UNSC on my side and Oni, and it's all for nothing. All of these people died. And I was starting to really care for this world, and I was just like, I don't want people to keep dying. It's out of my control. There's nothing I can do. And that is such an important lesson.
Or like even, you try to prevent it and it still happens, sort of thing.
It's really sad, man, Such an important lesson. Because, excuse me, in some video games where, I'm not saying you need death in every video game, but in a lot of movies, and a lot of video games, there is a complete lack of consequence sometimes. Complete lack of death, of casualties, of your actions in the game have consequences, and it will affect the lives of other people as well. Because sometimes people can just press a button and go like, I'll take the other way, and I'll just prevent this choice from affecting these people. I'll just start again and change it so it's fine. But Halo Reach was a very linear narrative, and it was a story that was being told that you couldn't change.
Well, I think it's quite interesting. Like, Reach by the way it's written, is very much good versus bad sort of thing, and sort of dealing with loss. I think almost having that lesson first before you get older and then go into Black Ops, where you then learn about, people can get really evil sort of thing. Like lots of people, I don't think Black Ops doesn't deal with death as well as Reach does.
What, Call of Duty Black Ops?
Yeah. They sort of like, that person's dead and so be it sort of thing. I would say Call of Duty is better in regards to like complexity than it is the death itself. Where I think Reach's strong suit is like, even good intentions can still cause loss, and then having that sort of retrospect on what that loss can then feel, sort of thing.
And I'd argue as well that Black Ops did, and Call of Duty did understand what loss was. Like the Modern Warfare trilogy, of course, there was the untimely demise of Ghost in Modern Warfare 2, the really sad death of Soap in Modern Warfare 3 as well. So they understand that main characters passing away has consequence, but it was a main character. If it was just a soldier just going and dying, then it would just be like, ugh.
Hope you enjoy the content so far. If you are, like, comment, and subscribe, and also carry on watching.
Now, in Halo Reach specifically, all of these soldiers that were dying because of the gravity of the situation around you, I felt, because I specifically was in the campaign. I wasn't playing as the Master Chief. I wasn't playing as David Mason in Black Ops 2.
No.
I was me. I was me in a suit of armor. So when this person died in front of me, I was like, help! Yeah.
I think you mentioned it before, like that first frame where you're putting on your helmet. Like your character's frame, just putting on your helmet, you wouldn't see the mind of that going, oh, okay, I guess I am this person
I'm in
now.
the game, but that's just it. It embodies you. And I really like that we talked about the cosmetics first, because then it just shows you that you are the one integral to this story. And no matter how hard you try, it will always end the same. But then you get to the finale of the campaign, and you realise there's still one more bit of hope. That there is a piece of technology that is going to be able to really help humanity cross, like the rest of the humans that managed to get to this ship and the rest of the UNSC that are trying to evacuate across the stars in the Pillar of Autumn. This ship that is going to be searching for another place. The Pillar of Autumn is fucking awesome. It goes through space, literally trying to find other places of life, because we're like so far away from Earth at this point in Reach. And again, I don't think we, as a species, as humans, had any knowledge of what the Halo rings were in this time of Halo Reach. So when the Pillar of Autumn goes off into space at the end of the game, and the final cutscene is of them coming across a ring, you realise that everything that you've done to get the AI Cortana in the last mission of Halo Reach to the Pillar of Autumn, you have, as a character, managed to at least create the original trilogy of Halo. You fought through blood, sweat and tears, watching your comrades die and basically Reach reduced to atoms so that the Master Chief could save the whole fucking universe. There was purpose in defeat. There was purpose in loss. It's not all for nothing. And the ultimate sacrifice at the end, when you think your character's the last one standing, and
that last standing,
the Pillar of Autumn is in front of you, Captain Keyes is looking at you just like, come on, you got to come with us. You've given us the AI. You got this far. But then you look around and you see the sheer amount of the Covenant around you, and you think back to the ship, back in outer space. So there's nothing. All this time, I've been unable to help my comrades. The death has always been out of my hands. If you think about it, George, you threw out of the ship. You could do nothing. Kat, she was sniped in the head, and you dropped your guard and you were running ahead. Yin, he fucked off. Emil, he was off in the turret, and you were fighting the Covenant on the ground. Carter was in a ship and you couldn't stop him anyway. But this time, your character then goes, no, negative. I have the gun. I'm staying. Go. And then Captain Keyes, an integral character of Halo 1, goes, good luck, Spartan.
Yeah.
And the Pillar of Autumn, goes off, and
Yeah.
then you face your last stand.
Yeah, I mean that last stand is so interesting to play.
Yeah,
especially when you're younger, because like you always in games you're always kind of thinking there's an objective.
Mm.
That last stand, there's no objective. That
Survive.
last stand is just surviving. They're going.
That was
yeah,
really scary to me. The objective throughout the whole campaign was just like get to this point, rescue this person, defend this place, do that and that, and then the final mission starts, and you're the last person basically left on Reach at this point, and you're holding your weapon. You reload it for the last time, and then it goes to your point of view, and it goes current objective, survive.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but it still
oh my
it
gosh.
still keeps your ammo count
Yeah.
and your pistol count. So you see it all drain out as you do it. It's just like, this is so intense.
Yeah, man. And you realise that no one's coming to save you.
No.
You're all by yourself. And when you take damage, it isn't like you've got your health bar at the top and it doesn't go... Not only does it go red, your visor starts to crack.
Yeah.
Permanent damage to your character. Damage that you can't undo.
Yeah.
I remember when the first crack hit my screen, I shit myself.
Yeah.
I was like...
Yeah.
And it's like it made the enemies feel so strong. And like you were saying, the ammo was running out. I was running around the field trying to find other weapons, scavenging for them. I was like, I'm running out.
Yeah.
I'm running out of weapons here.
Yeah.
And when your character eventually meets their end, when all the cracks in the visor form and the final cutscene plays, you take off your helmet and you can see that they're still fighting to the last breath. They're picking up ammo and guns and fighting, even though they're getting shot still. Arguably, the most badass death in all of Halo is Noble 6, your character. Because it takes several elites to like tackle and hold him to the floor whilst he's still shooting and kicking. For the final elite to finally strike the final blow with their energy sword.
Yeah.
Which is killer.
Mm.
Because then you don't even see the final blow happen. Like, it's implied. And then it just cuts to your helmet in the carnage. And then Cortana's... Or I think it's Cortana's. Because Cortana is like a projection
It's one of the voices
of Dr. Halsey. And they narrate basically saying just like, Reach may be dead, you may be dead, but your memories live on, because if it weren't for you, we wouldn't have found Halo. And if we didn't find Halo, then we wouldn't have basically saved the universe.
Yeah.
So, GG.
Yeah.
And I was just like, so the story starts with basically saying like, you die, you fucking die, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
And then the ending confirms like, you die, but it's still a good ending. I'm like, how can us losing be a good ending? But it is such a good ending.
Yeah.
I was so surprised.
It's sort of so complex, and like how it sort of finished up as like, it's bad, but at the same time it's good. It's like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's important as a lesson for me that despite it all, through failure after failure after failure, and when you think the last failure strikes you and you're at rock bottom, and it was represented in this game as the death of your character, that it can still give birth to great things. You know, because of your final stand holding off the Covenant and making sure that the Pillar of Autumn leaves Reach, that the Master Chief lived. If your character survived, then the Master Chief wouldn't have survived. And humanity wouldn't have survived. And the Halo rings would have been ignited and the whole universe would have been destroyed. Mad.
Yeah.
And to make, I think as well, on top of that, the Covenant in this more alien. Because in the original trilogy, they spoke, like your helmet, like translated the Covenant speech to English. So like, the Grants were talking like that. The elites were talking like that. And the jackals were like, talking like this.
Yeah.
But in this, the whole time, even the elites were just like, what? And the grunts were like,
Yeah. I found that hilarious, the grunts in the campaign. Just like you could just the stealthy sneak around going, don't understand the word they're saying, but for some reason it's funny.
It is. Grunts they're literally in the name. Grunts were basically the fodder.
Yeah,
The Covenant. Like I remember in Halo 2 learning about the Grunt Rebellion, the Grunt Uprising, the Grunt Rebellion as well, because they were pushed around by the Covenant so much that the Grunts actually formed a resistance and an uprising against the Council of Prophets and the Hierarchs. And if it weren't for the Arbiter and like inspiring the elites and the rest of the Covenant to basically pull the Grunts back in line. Not the Arbiter we know, one of the Arbiters, because the Arbiter is like a title that you give. Then the Covenant wouldn't be what they were. So that's just really interesting as well. Like the cannon fodder had feelings. And it's mad to think that the Grunts go to the lengths that they do. They just, the suicide bombers.
Man, yeah.
They pull out 2 plasma grenades and they start running at you, just like, what are you doing? And they just come up to you and they just blow up. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because they know that they're gonna die. And my favourite thing is just like when you see one of them running at you, you just go, and then the 2 plasma grenades fly up into the air and hit their body as they go down, like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, that worked well, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a campaign that I grew to love purely because, again, sorry, to not go away from that fact that I was talking about, the Covenant were more alien. You couldn't bond with how hilarious they were because they were the enemy, the non-talkative threat, the unstoppable force, and they were scary because that's what they were. They were the armada in outer space, the ancient species that were going to destroy humanity no matter what, and it was supposed to be scary and it succeeded.
Yeah.
A hilarious enemy was turned into an enemy who was just like, ooh shit. I don't want to fight these guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if you got any comments on the campaign.
No, not really. I mean, the campaign's it's very, it's very well written, and the sort of the subjects it hits is so clever for a video game of that age.
And you realise that it was a human behind the visor.
Yeah.
That these characters weren't the indestructible machines, which is a theme about Halo 4 that I really like. I want to really pick up on before I continue with the rest of Halo Reach. That a lot of people didn't like, but I really enjoyed when I played it, because Halo 4 came out. I'm just trying to think how Halo Reach came out in 2000. I could be wrong. No, Halo 4 came out 2000. I want to say 2012. It came out Halo 4. I think it was 2012 or 2013. It came out. Maybe it was late 2012. I can't remember. It was around that time. No, it's got to be. No, it's definitely 2012. It came out. It's definitely 2012. Yeah. So when Halo 4 came out, it was part of the Bungie had stepped down as the creators and the releases of Halo, and then passed it on to 343 Industries. And then the campaign was in a completely new direction with completely new enemies, and they started to humanize the Master Chief. The relationship that he had with Cortana was more like, it wasn't in a romantic relationship, but it was less of a like, I'm here to kill enemies, and Cortana was like, I'm here to help you. It was more like Cortana was, I might not survive much longer, Master Chief, and Master Chief was like, I've got to make sure that you're okay. That was his objective the whole time. And then at the end of the campaign, again, a spoiler for Halo 4, she dies. Cortana dies. You save the day, but at the cost of Cortana's life. And Master Chief is emotionally affected by it. And he questions his purpose as a soldier. He questions his humanity. He doesn't perceive himself. He used to perceive himself as a machine. But my favourite dialogue of that.
I think I've seen Startup, I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've spoken about this in Me Time before, actually. I feel like it was the Iron Man episode where Master Chief is looking out into outer space and goes, it's our duty as soldiers to defend humanity, whatever the cost. And then Lasky turns around and goes, you say that like soldiers are machines, they're not, they're humans.
That is the one, yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah, and that broke me.
That's a good rounding
After playing Halo Reach and playing that, and then knowing that Master Chief was almost the same as them, I was in bits.
Was it?
I was an absolute emotional wreck.
It's even
in that
interesting
scene.
that sort of Lansky even picks up on it. It's like, you say it so like
Yeah.
coldly. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, you should be concerned about that. And it's the first
And
time
he
Lansky
was.
picks up, First time sort of Lansky picks up on it.
And then, obviously, unfortunately, it was a theme that 343 Industries, in my opinion, did well. There were many flaws in Halo 4, but that wasn't one of them, in my opinion. And then the direction of Halo 5 and Halo 6, because I'm calling it Halo 6, I'm not calling it Halo Infinite. I just did, but I'm calling it Halo 6 now. Wasn't good. They lost their way. Pay to play. And then Halo 6 was free to play online, which is fine. But then there was no cosmetic progress. There was like a battle pass. And then the campaign for Halo 6 was different. It was cool. It was an open world. But it didn't really accomplish much. It was kind of like, if you remove it from the main story, everything that you've set up in Halo 4 and Halo 5 has been for absolutely nothing.
It kind of came out in a weird time where Fortnite or whatnot was being sort of released. And everyone's like, oh, we'll do open world game. It's like, some games don't need this open world.
It's for me, it was also the faith that had been lost with Halo 5. Halo 5, it was a game about Master Chief going rogue.
Yeah.
Because of the end of Halo 4, you think, oh my gosh, has he had this revelation? And then you barely play as Master Chief for the entire campaign. You only play as him twice. And then you play as this brand new team for the rest of it that you're supposed to really like. And it's revealed that Master Chief didn't really go rogue for the reason that you think he did. He just went off of grid to try and see if Cortana was still alive, which she was. And then Cortana was the twist villain at the end. She was evil all along. And I was kind of like, bringing Cortana back as a villain is a really fucking dumb idea. Really dumb. Because this whole emotional thing between them is just now up in the air.
Well, I think it's it probably is a clever idea, but it makes more sense that you focus it on Chief. Like, rather than, I can't remember who's in Halo 4, what's number
5?
5, yeah.
Because he reunites with his original team of Spartans, Blue Team.
That's it. Yeah.
And they barely have any interactions, because I remember the first mission I played as Master Chief with Blue Team, I was really excited, because he was really quiet looking at the chip that Cortana used to reside in. And then the rest of the team turn around at him like, dude, are you alright? And he just basically said, we're here to do a mission.
Yeah.
And then he finds out halfway through the mission that Cortana could still be alive. And then he's just like, oh, we need to find Cortana because something's going to happen. Blue Team are like, cool, okay. And then you go to where you think Cortana is, and it is actually Cortana, and you find out it's some bullshit reason that she's still alive. It was like, my thing, what I kind of really wanted was that it wasn't Cortana, it was the Didact from Halo 4, and he was using the image of Cortana and the understanding that he had a good bond, she had a good bond with the Master Chief to his advantage, basically bring the Master Chief to this point in the galaxy and basically trap him. And maybe Master Chief had this tech that he needed, or maybe he deliberately wanted to trap the Master Chief and say, like, now you basically can't do anything because I've trapped you and you're here and you can't follow my plans. And then that would be tragic. Like the illusion that Cortana is still alive, but in actual fact, she's not.
Yeah.
It's just a trap. And Master Chief would fall for that. And again, that shows his weakness, his emotional vulnerability. And that would question him in the later saga as well. In Halo 6, it could have been a completely different story. But again, what they did in Halo 6 was basically go like, Cortana was still evil, but then she redeemed herself. And then she died again. But that's okay, because we made Cortana 2.
Oh, God.
Again, yeah. Master Chief is basically given another version of Cortana. And I'm just like, I know we're supposed to like this, and they're trying to make me like her throughout the entire campaign. But I'm sorry, I don't like her. Master Chief doesn't like her.
Stick to your guns.
It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, you ruined it. You ruined something really that had so much greatness. We're going a bit off topic here, but that's okay. We'll go back to Halo Reach. So eventually, we get through it and we get to our matchmaking. And I remember, me and you, we used to play Halo Reach a fair bit. Together.
I'm not.
Do you want to admit to the camera what one of the game modes was that me and you played, that you created? Do you want to admit to the camera before?
I just can't remember saying that.
No, you don't?
No.
Good, because I'm about to expose you.
Cool. I can't remember it.
The brilliance of custom games is that you could create your own game modes. So you had your Slayer, which was like team basically deathmatch. Then we had like King of the Hill, Capture the Flag, Bomb Assault, that sort of stuff, and Race.
Yeah.
What you could do sometimes is you could go into the settings and change the requirements to win. The flag could be further away. The hill, this checkpoint that you had to stay in could last for longer. You could get bonus points for killing people in a certain way. You decided to go into the settings of this game, and make it. You remember now, don't you?
No.
You went into the settings of this game, and you made it so that you got 5 points every time you died.
Oh yeah.
But every time that you killed someone, you'd get -1 points. I was so fucking baffled.
I was conversating.
I don't know what the name of the game was.
I don't know what it was.
But I sat down to play it with you, and I was so confident because I've been playing Halo Reach a while, and I was like, "You're going down," and you were like, "Yeah, we'll see about that." And I killed you like 4 times, and you'd only killed me once.
Yeah.
And why was it like your score was on fucking 25, no 24, and mine was on -5. And I looked at the scores, and I was like, "What the fuck have you done?"
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. I think you're just so good at killing. I was like, change the game.
That was clever.
Yeah.
I completely fell for it. At the end of the game, I was just like, "Let's go," because I was so locked in, and I saw the score, like, "Huh? Why are you on fucking 25? Why am I on negative?"
Oh man, yeah, that was hilarious. The other was there's another campaign that we had called Cannonball Run, and you'd put the Humvees down like a cylinder with like the speed the speed tiles.
Oh, well, Speed Halo.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Like you dodge them as they come through.
What, the cars?
Yeah.
So the beauty of the beauty of Forge was that you could create such wacky game modes, and you could literally go in and make your own environment. Forge World was great because at that point in time, Halo games were Forge. You could go into maps that were already made and add in loads of these different weapons and vehicles, but you had such a hard cap on the limit of what you could create. Yeah. In Halo Reach, they literally made a map called Forge World, where it was so open canvas, so massive, and they basically gave you an almost limitless cap on what you could create. They gave you a budget of the things that you could put into the game without crashing the server. But like, honestly, most times I remember I went in, I'd make my own castles, I'd make my own vehicles and worlds. And then I found all of these games online. Speed Halo was one that we played together a fair bit. Man, we played Speed Halo a fair bit.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That was so much fun.
I just remember sort of like building massive bases like that.
Yeah.
Midnight.
Yeah.
Building castles, then going,
yeah,
I'll play tomorrow. And I never did. And then we find it playing, it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Just like I don't think you and Ryan was like set up booby traps. You there going, oh god, I'm trying to get through the
Yeah,
booby traps. I know.
Yeah, me and Ryan were basically screwing around
Yeah.
all the time. We were like setting up landmines,
Yeah.
killing each other, basically.
Yeah.
I remember one of my favourite things to do was just turn into the Forge robot, the Guilty Spark,
Yeah.
creating a big grid and then just
Oh
rotating
yeah,
it
yeah,
around
yeah,
and
yeah.
killing everyone.
Yeah.
Also, another one of my favourite things to do was create a little box and then get one of the gravity lifts in it. Basically, go inside, activate the gravity lift, and unclip it, and then unclip the other box. So then the gravity lift would push this box up with you inside. So you'd basically be in this big levitating building that would fly around the entire map. I remember I did that with you several times.
Yeah.
And we found it fucking hilarious fun because we made it a game like who can stay in it the longest.
Yeah.
Because it would hit the top box of the actual map, and then you'd start to die. And it's just like let's see who falls out first. And just like I remember one time that I had a jetpack and I fell out of it and I put myself back into it wearing the jetpack. And Ryan got quite mad at that. I was just like, whatever.
Jetpacks are so cool.
Jetpacks were awesome. I remember the holograms as well.
Yeah.
Always, I always fell for them in Halo Reach. I always fell for them. When my mate Leon, when you're listening to this, inevitably Leon uses hologram. I want to cave my head in against the wall because he always uses it and he always uses it effectively. There you go. I'm giving you praise, mate. Well done. You use hologram fantastically. How about that? And what else is fun?
Hologram was so clever though. Like it looked really underpowered until someone used it. They're going, oh crap, that's good. Like they could send the hologram in front of you, and then come behind you. It's like, damn it.
Personally, my favourites were Evade and Armor Lock. Yeah. Those were my favourites. Evade was just basically weaving to the left and the right. That was good. Armor Lock was so because when someone got a power weapon back in like Halo 3 and 2, you needed a bubble shield, and bubble shields were destructible. And then other times you'd literally just have to duck and cover. But this time, a rocket would come your way and you just go, and you'd just be indestructible. Yeah. And the brilliance of it was also you could let out an EMP pulse when the armor lock overloaded, and you'd be able to paralyze vehicles nearby. So if like I was next to a tank and my armor lock deactivated after overcharge, the tank would paralyze and I'd run to the back and I'd jump on it and I'd throw a grenade in and blow up the tank. Yeah. So good. Such fun.
Or is it like your mate's low on health, he'd armor lock, and then by the time the armor lock was finished, he'd regenerate health again. Dude, you're so close to dying.
I will say one of the ones that didn't work is when you had a sniper on you, and then when you armor locks, they just literally wait until you came out the armor lock, and they just go, they just kill you anyway because it's a headshot. A headshot is an instant kill. Yeah. But all of this fun that we were having with all of these maps eventually led to so many, for me personally, so many social nights. Yeah. We did call it, we dubbed it the Halo Night. Yeah. We called it Halo Night. Yeah. Where we had rosters of like 8 to 10 people playing the game.
It's just on the weekends, just like sounds till midnight and past midnight. I was like, what are you doing?
So good.
Playing Halo.
I remember I came back from school one day. I was at like year 10. I came back and I was just like, Mum, Dad, I'm going to be in the den for a while. How long? I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. For a long time. Like, what, you got to come out and have your dinner. I'm like, yeah, that's fair enough. Maybe I'll need a break from the TV. I remember I played it for like fucking 5 hours, not straight. I played it for 3 hours, needed dinner, came back for 2, and then I was just like, wow, that's great. Played other games, just like Infection was another one of my favorites. We played so much Infection Cage, and we did other games like Jenga Tower, Toy Master, Toilet. Yeah. What else did we play? There was a really good Infection map. Castle Wars was sick as well. Oh, this again, what you said right back at the start of the podcast as well. The nostalgia of that, the fun and hours I put into this social side of this really serious, gritty game where you could then turn around and there's a whole other side of it, which is wacky, zany, ridiculous fun for a shooting game.
Yeah.
All of the stuff that you could get away with. Like, you almost feel like you're breaking the system.
Yeah.
And it's great, great fun. That many, many, many years later, after I stopped playing Halo Reach like all the time, I'd say around late 2013, early 2014, I stopped playing Halo Reach on the regular, and I started playing Halo 4 regularly. It wasn't until like Halo 5 came along and my love for the game was dwindling that the Master Chief Collection came along, which is basically all of the games thus far, apart from Halo 5. Because Halo, I remember the Master Chief Collection came out before Halo 5. But then after Halo 5, I got the Master Chief Collection because it had Halo Reach on it. And I bought it because it was cross-platform. Because you could play the Master Chief Collection with people on Steam.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends jumped from Xbox to Steam. So I said, like, hey guys, do you remember Halo Reach? Do you remember how much fun that we had with it? Do you want to play it again? And we did. The amount of nights of Halo Reach that I then had, and like, gosh, I'd say, was it late college years? It was early university years. I'd say from like 2018 all the way into like 2023. I was still playing Halo Reach.
I think I'd definitely stopped at that point because I didn't say stopped. I think I'd had it. I think I'd bought it and didn't touch it. Unfortunately, I just didn't have time to.
You didn't play the Master Chief
Collection?
No.
No.
Did you get it on Steam?
No, I think this is by the time the 360 had sort of given up on it.
2015 was the year that the Xbox One came out.
Yeah.
And its big titles that it was selling with console exclusives was Batman, Arkham Knight, and Halo 5.
Yeah.
Which were both games that I got with my Xbox One in 2015.
So I never got it. I never got the Xbox One.
Yes, no, I
Yeah,
remember. You didn't get that.
I got priced out.
It was bloody expensive. It was at the time. And they only just get more and more expensive now.
Yeah, no. The access these days is a lot harder.
It really is.
Yeah.
Was it like the Nintendo Switch 2 is like 500 quid? And the new Mario Kart game is like 90 quid.
Yeah.
Like, what the absolute fuck?
For a game you can't even feel.
I got my Xbox 360 for like 100 quid, which came with 4 games. And then Halo Reach I didn't buy because it was a Christmas present. The Xbox One was a bit of a purchase for me. It was 300 quid. I put a lot into my savings for this thing ever since it got announced. And then that came with Halo 5 and Arkham Knight, so 300 quid. But now, I remember when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X came out, it was like 500 quid. And then all the consoles sold out. I was just like, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
And I still use my Xbox One now. And I refuse to get another console. The only one that I've ever been tempted by, another one, is the PS5. Because I really want to play the God of War games. But, like, it's so bloody hard, man. It really is. It's so hard to be a console gamer now. It used to be really easy to be a console gamer. And now a load of people have stopped playing on consoles and just jumped to PC because I get it. It's much more intuitive to get a really good PC because it can do so many other things other than just play games. But, like, it used to literally be a thing. Console wars. Are you team PlayStation or team Xbox?
Yeah.
Are you on team PC as well? Like, now it's just non-existent. I will say everyone is unanimously basically turning around and saying, like, it's too fucking expensive. What's the point?
Yeah.
No.
You definitely see it a lot more often these days. Like, I'm gonna give this a miss, but it's interesting what happens after that.
Yeah.
But
I get that. Another thing I really liked about Halo Reach, going back to that, and we can't not talk about Halo Reach and not talk about this, because I know a certain someone who's listening and watching this would kill me if I didn't talk about Firefight.
Oh yeah.
which was exclusive to this game. It was a brand new mode where you and your mates could team up and fight wave after wave of enemies. Very an exclusive thing that Call of Duty had was zombies, which was waves and waves and waves of zombies, progressively getting more and more difficult for you to navigate this area to unlock all of the secrets and all of these weapons to fight back. And Halo Reach decided to take that formula and do it in their own way and make it so you had waves and waves of Covenant fighting you. You'd unlock more weapons and you'd have all of this ordnance and artillery around you, but you'd only have, a finite amount of lives.
Yeah.
And if all of you died, that would be it.
Yeah.
That would be the end of the game and you wouldn't win. And it was just so much fun. I found it fun. In the later years, I remember, I played a lot of Firefight with Richie in the Master Chief Collection, and we managed to get through a lot of credits together and a lot of hours, and it was great fun. I don't know if you remember that, Richie, but I certainly do. I remember those days crystal clear. I don't know if you ever played Firefight, mate.
I think I have. I don't have many memories of it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I just want to ask you, as a player of Halo Reach to another, what was Firefight special to you? Did it make the game more unique? Did you treasure it? And if the answer to that is no, not really, why?
No. So my thing was Forge. My thing,
Interesting.
Yeah. So I played all the other sort of variations of campaigns, but just I think I enjoyed Forge more. One, because you could create things, and more because it's more fun.
I guess so.
Like you can still do battles with your mates or sort stuff, but just I think because you could create the maps and make stuff more difficult if you wanted to.
I guess so. It's more social Forge as well, and you could create so many different game modes and things, as evident with your fucking class game that you made. I'm sorry. But yeah, for me, Firefight made Reach more specific. Because it wasn't just an ordinary Halo game. It was Bungie's final Halo game. And they put all of their eggs into this basket. They made a brilliant campaign. And above that, they gave it it made it more dynamic. It wasn't just online matchmaking. They made it more cooperative. They made it so your personal Spartans that you were playing as, you could do more as a team. You could create your own Spartan teams together. Yeah. And that, in the end, for me, through Firefight and matchmaking, what I noticed, it made clans. Halo Reach clans. And that is a whole fucking can of worms that I can open about clan. You ever join a Halo Reach clan?
No, I don't think I did.
No?
No.
So you're familiar with them?
I'm familiar with them. I don't think I joined a clan, no.
So for those of you that are or are not familiar with Halo Reach clan, it is a group of people that come together online and try and make it into a very professional, formal, strict thing. Well, not all clans were the same, but everyone would have the same gamer tag and almost identify with the same colour scheme or the same type of armour. And they would have code of contact and maps that only members were allowed to go to, and specific ways that you could train and play the game and shoot in certain ways, so that you could, in some ways, some clans would be just a social thing, and some would compete in esports and compete to see which clan would be the better clan in matchmaking games. But I knew about them, but I never joined one until one night I sat down and I played Halo Reach randomly, and a person invited me to a clan after I played a game. And it was elite only. It was already a clan that I was kind of iffy about, because I want to play as a Spartan in Halo Reach, and in all of the games from Halo 2 to Halo 3, you could play as an elite. And they were just like, if you want to join our clan, you've got to turn into an elite. And I was just like, okay, cool. I'll turn into an elite. And I went in, and I've the name of the clan. I know the name of the clan. I'm not going to say it, even though it's many years later after to say that. But they were quite strict. They were just like, I was just like, oh, well, this is a different way of playing the game. It's just like really to the point. They're just like, we have honor. We have just like, if you want to challenge someone in the clan to a sword fight, then you have to challenge them, this, that, and the other. And they said, we try to be on the game at least 3 days a week. And I'm just like, I've got fucking revision and life to get on with here. And they were messaging me. I remember because most of the players were American. They were messaging me during the day and almost at night, basically just like, yo, Matt, are you coming on? I was just like, no. And eventually when I did go on Halo Reach, they pestered me. Just like, dude, join the server. Come on, represent. And I joined games and I played training, but it just felt to me, I remember I went onto their home server, this map they invited to me to, and said, all recruits line up over there. If you move out of line, I will kick you out of the server. And I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck is this? So in the end, I just silently left because they stopped pestering me after a while. And I'm just like, well, it's very clear that they don't want me in the clan anymore. And I don't want to be in the clan. So I just turned back to a Spartan. I was just like, cool. I'm okay with this. That was my experience with the Halo Reach clan. Not every experience is the same. I know there's a few people in my life that I know have been in clans and it has been a pleasant experience. And it sounded like they had a laugh. But unfortunately, mine wasn't the same. It was a different slice of the game. It was like people trying to immerse themselves and role play in a very strict militant way. But it just wasn't. That was just not. It wasn't my experience really. Don't get me wrong. I really want to play that sort of thing, but in a game as fun as this, come on, let's say on the back. Oh, it does give the synopsis of the story on the back.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't it? Look, here you go. They must stand and face a full-scale planetary invasion with humanity's fate hanging desperately in the balance. If Reach falls, little will stand between the Covenant and the complete and the total annihilation of the human race. Foreboding for a game where everyone fucking dies. Yeah. Oh, I'll be damned. Nice. There you go. That's that. Any other thoughts about Halo Reach, mate?
No, I think we're good.
I think we covered it. We've spoken a lot about why it is our favourite game and the reason why. And if, again, shameless part plug here for, what is it? Session 4 Part 2 of The Lost Omens? I believe it's Session 4 Part 2. Yeah, it is Session 4 Part 2. Where myself and Richie start to talk about Halo Reach a little bit and why it's our favourite game. And you join in the discussion briefly as well. Mm-hmm. It stands the
test of time.
The test of time for me, for its nostalgia, and the freedom and reward it gives to the players for being such a loyal fan of the games.
Yeah,
you can identify how you want to play the game, who you want to be, where you are in the narrative of your own story and the narrative of the actual Halo story, and there's so many different games to play within the game itself. It's not just one strict, you got to do this. It's just fun, leisurely fun with so many gritty, real themes. It just covers the entire spectrum for me. And that's purely it. Again, Halo is a game about sci-fi soldiers, so sci-fi is not your thing. Yes, Halo will not be your thing, but I would then argue that no, not necessarily, because you've got the really cool Forge games to play as well. I remember my brother and I used to spend hours playing race games on Forge. Yeah. We'd sit down and we'd just race around these borderline
Warhog rallies,
Warhog rallies as well. Crash and Derby, we used to play a lot. I remember our favourite one was, and it will be really cool if the creator of this is listening here and just knows how much fun that Racetrack 101 was for myself and my brother. We played that for hours. So if you were the one that made that borderline impossible racetrack throughout all of Forge World, just know there were two idiot men sitting down, I'd say boys actually, sitting in front of an Xbox 360, just trying so hard to win the game. And we did. We beat the track. Fair and square. So have it. But your creation was awesome. Like, tons of respect. They probably aren't listening to this, but it's just,
we shall see.
Just in case. Anyway. Yeah, any final remarks, mate?
No, that's been all good.
It's a game that is very close to my heart, and it represented a lot I like about the themes of stories, and how not every character is safe.
Yeah.
And it's real, and it's just fun. Yeah, it's good, and it rewards the audience.
Yeah.
So that's that. I mean, I guarantee after this podcast ends, there's definitely something I'll be like, I wish I spoke about that.
Yeah.
But I'll refer to that in the next episodes. Because I know we will be talking about a video game in a future episode in this agenda. But the next episode is going to be about D&D.
Yeah.
What's D&D, you ask? Well, why would they talk about D&D on a channel? Hang on a minute! It's a channel that produces D&D content. Adventures of the Lost Omens, Realm of Desperos. We'll
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. We are going to try our darndest to not talk about the Adventures of the Lost Omens as much as we possibly can in the next podcast. But we've got to talk about D&D. We've got to. We've got to talk about it in the game section, because D&D means so fucking much to me as a person and who I am now. And it means a lot to you as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting how you got started into it, to be honest, because I was sort of a bit cautious to get into it. So,
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. That was great.
No, you love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it. And I'm not just going to, I'll talk a lot about how I got into D&D, which is going to be really cool pieces of information for you guys as well. Because I briefly talk about it in my DM interview video and in the first part of Session X as well, how the Lost Omens met. But I'm going to talk more about myself as a D&D player and a DM wannabe as well. So I'm going to get into that. And then we're going to get into the whole mechanics of D&D and how fun it is as a game, really. And I'll make some comparisons to Halo Reach as well, because Halo Reach is very just like in front of you. We do the imagination for you, whereas D&D is theatre of mind.
Yeah.
You've got to do all the imagining yourself.
So
we'll do that. That'll be episode 21. That'll be next week, same time, 7:00 on YouTube and Spotify. We will see you then, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I really hope it's not as hot, because my neck is starting to form a rash, and I just want the heat to stop. Make it stop.
I don't know. I'm not enjoying it, also not. That's kind of weird. Yeah.
Bye.
See you soon.